A man married a very beautiful girl. After marriage, they were living happily. The man admired her beauty and loved her very much. But after a few months, the wife came to know that she was suffering from a skin disease, and because of that gradually she will lose her beauty. Knowing this, the wife started thinking to herself, what if I become ugly and my husband would start hating me? I won't be able to tolerate his hatred. Meanwhile, one day her husband had to go out of town for some work. When he was returning home after finishing his work, he met with an accident. He lost both his eyes in that accident. In spite of all this, their married life continued to progress normally. Time passed and the wife completely lost her beauty due to her skin disease. She turned ugly, but her blind husband couldn't see it. So it didn't affect their married life. He kept on loving her like always. One day wife died. Now, her husband was sad and alone. He decided to leave that city. He completed all funeral rites for her wife. The next day, when he was about to leave, his neighbor saw him and went to him and said, "How will you be able to live without the support of your wife? You can't see, and your wife was always there for you to support you and help you for many years. It would be difficult for you." The husband replied, "Friend, I am not blind. I was just pretending to be blind. Because when my wife came to know about her disease, I realized that she was bothered by it and scared. If my wife had known that I could see her ugliness, it would have hurt her more than her illness. She was a very good wife and I just wanted to keep her happy. That's why for all these years, I pretended to be blind."
Once a girl and boy fell in love. The girl's parents weren't too happy with this relationship. So the boy decided not only to court the girl but her parents as well. In time, the girl's parents realized he was a good man and agreed to their marriage. When parents agreed, another problem arose. Boy was in the army and soon war broke out. He was called the week before he left. They were engaged. They agreed that they would get married once the boy returned from war. A few days later, the girl got into a vehicular accident. When she woke up, she saw her mother and father crying. Immediately she knew that there was something wrong. She found that she suffered from brain injury. Parts of her brain that controlled her face muscles were damaged. Her once lovely face was now disfigured. Her body was covered with so many wounds. Seeing herself in the mirror and her wounds, she cried and said, "Yesterday, I was beautiful, but today it's all gone." Right there and then she decided to release her fiancé from their promise. She didn't want him to see her like this. For 1 year, the boy wrote many letters and called many times, but she didn't reply. After 1 year, the girl's mother walked into her room and said, "He is back from war. He is here to meet you." The girl shouted, "No, please don't tell him about me," and asked him to leave. Mother said, "He is getting married and he is here to give his wedding invitation." Saying this, Mother handed her the boy's wedding invitation. The girl was sad, her heart sank. She knew that she still loved him, but now she had to forget him. With great sadness, she opened it and then she saw her name on it. Confused, she asked her mother, "What's this?" Just then a young man entered her room with a bouquet. He knelt beside her and asked, "Will you marry me?" The girl covered her face with her hands and said, "Don't look. Please. I am not beautiful anymore." "I look ugly," the young man replied. "Without your permission, your mother sent me photos of yours. When I saw those photos, I realized that nothing has changed. You are still the person I fell in love with. You are still as beautiful as ever. I love you."